We went out on the road. It only took us a few minutes on Highway 17 before we caught several people texting and driving. It's dangerous and it can be deadly.
But the fine, if you get caught, cheaper than a dinner out. Carter Coyle investigates, are our laws strict enough?
The average text message takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. So say you're driving 55 miles an hour. That means you could go the length of a football field without ever even looking at the road.
Blow the horn. Very good. Turn on the windshield wiper.
911 Driving School in Mount Pleasant hires police officers like Elijah Simpson
Left turn signal.
to teach their students, who are mostly teenagers.
I want to teach that child just like I was teaching my child.
That car is a weapon if not used correctly and treated with, real seriousness.
The driving school's owner, Macon Rudisil, and Officer Simpson went for a ride with me on Highway 17 in Mount Pleasant. Within minutes, we found people paying more attention to their phones than the road.
Look at
that.
hands on the steering wheel.
Look at that.
This woman took both hands off the wheel to type on her phone.
What speed you doing right now?
44. We drove next to her for several minutes. Still going.
This is over a mile.
She started swerving, but thankfully didn't go out of her lane.
It's almost scary to be driving.
It is scary.
South Carolina's texting and driving law was passed in June 2014. Officers could only give warnings for the first 180 days. Since then, Highway Patrol has issued 1,939 texting and driving tickets statewide. I found out Charleston County courts handled only 55 texting and driving tickets since the law was passed, 42 in Georgetown County courts, and Cullinan County about 27. Officer Simpson is not surprised those ticket numbers seem low.
Do you think it's enforced as much as it should be?
No, it's not.
He believes that's partly because drivers are often pulled over for things like swerving or improper lane change, but proving it was because of texting can be hard.
He's not maintaining her speed because he's into that text.
Over the past 5 years, the number of people injured in all distracted driving crashes has steadily increased in South Carolina.
I think it's an epidemic.
But when I look at numbers for crashes specifically related to cell phones and texting, fatalities are actually about the same as they were 5 years ago. Injuries and crashes from texting are down since the law was passed. That might indicate the law is helping, but Officer Simpson believes texting and driving is still a big problem and goes underreported.
So let's say a person come in there and say, well, I wasn't texting and driving. Now, yes, can the officer subpoena records and all that? Yes, we could. But are they going to for a fine that's just $25?
That's right. The current fine for texting and driving is $25 and no points on your license.
Texting. Just took both hands off the wheel to text.
Texting while stopped at a red light is legal in South Carolina, but as soon as your car moves, you're supposed to stop.
We've got a duty to pay attention when we drive.
Charleston attorney Bill Green says other states have much tougher laws for these violations. In California now, you can't hold your phone at all while driving.
Do you think that our laws here in South Carolina should be stricter?
I do think they should be stricter. I think the law should reflect that it's a very dangerous situation. People think it's rather innocent, but it's not.
House Bill 3526 is proposed in South Carolina's legislature right now, and it would make a $500 fine possible for driving and using a cell phone or any device that's not hands-free.
The cop explained it to me this way. He's like, look, traffic inchworms. You know, like it speeds up and then you get to and then it comes to a halt.
Steve Catalano's car was crushed in a 4-car pileup on the Isle of Palms connector last year. He says the woman who caused the crash admitted she was looking at her phone.
The girl made the statement, hey, look, the minute I looked up, the car was just there, and then boom. So that, the car behind me got squished up like an accordion.
As a real estate agent, Steve loves to see more people moving to the Charleston area, but he worries our stop and go traffic makes it awfully tempting to grab your phone and multitask.
You're in the low country, slow down.
At 911 driving school, Kayla Tyler is excited to take her 3rd driving test so she can get her learner's permit.
I feel like I've done well so far, and I'm just really excited.
Crystal Tyler feels like most moms would.
A little nerve-wracking, I won't lie.
They think stricter laws would help stop texting and driving.
It's very evident when someone is on their phone. You see them swerve or you see them brake too fast, or, it causes problems.
I'm not all about, pushing laws and that sort of stuff. I think it's a personal responsibility thing.
A responsibility they believe all drivers should take more seriously.
Texting and driving kills. Do you want to explain to somebody's family that you have killed someone? Or the person you killed could be your family member. Hard to live with that. Hard to live with that.
The Low Country's news leader. Your first